Alright. Well, I guess we should probably start with, here, talk to her. Let's examine away. Oh, hey, it's this guy. The fuck is this? Literally, what is this? That's my dinner from last night. A roast chicken. Oh my god, wow, he devoured that shit to the bone. God damn. It was really tasty. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But, did you eat it on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Susato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. Well, I see the tablecloth is disturbed. But Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me. No, does that mean poor Kazuma-sama spent his last night on Earth with an empty belly? Oh, it's just too horrible. Ugh, now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Wow, that is pretty sad to think. Oh dear, that won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Susato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused I forget to look around properly. Ah, yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo-san? I'm sure you're careful to look— oh my god, fucking buttons. I'm sure you're careful to look all around using the left button and right button, aren't you? Now let's investigate all corners of this cabin. Yes, let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. Okay. Well, I mean, I figure I should probably start with this side, right? Tablecloth is upset. There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason. Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still. I read that wrong. No, wait a minute. What is it? That's funny, I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. I'm telling you, we got drugged. So then, perhaps, you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama. No. Absolutely not. What does this say? Seigi. That's the Japanese word for justice. Brush strokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma-sama. He doesn't say Kazuma-sama. I'm adding things! I'm bad at reading. Yes, his calligraphy was always a reflection of his heart. Yet you, can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Even though you stowed away on the ship? It was a joint effort! How are you gonna bring that up, are you? I can't win. Oh my god. Sword? That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. Now he's gone, but I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. Is it a knife? Oh, that's just part of the... okay. Alright. I got it. I thought the knife would be its own thing. Sword. What the fuck is this? What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever this thing was, it appears to have a broken clean in two. glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. Don't know what that is. I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? The mark beside it, what is it, I wonder? It has a sort of brick-like hue. Yes, you're right. It is the color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. So like this guy. Perhaps I should see what this Russian crewman makes of the scene of the crime. Excuse me. What? I was wondering how it's going. The investigation, I mean. Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but it is not true, I see. Sorry? The criminal asking investigator for information about his crime. Very funny. Oh, it wasn't supposed to be a joke. He doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty. You might have useful information, though. I have to keep trying. So, last night, did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? Niet, of course not. Now back to corner of room and make silent. Oh shit. I say no more to you. Did I hit a nerve? Just for a minute there, he seemed a little flustered. Oh, he definitely saw something. I went for help and the crewman forced the door open. This bolt had been firmly closed. It's quite a small bolt and not particularly sturdy, and it just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. Including Susato. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this. Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. She glares at me like that. I feel pins and needles up and down my spine. Oh my god. I should see me salt as expected. Oh my god. I see what you did there. How is this? Russia. These are the rules of passage for aboard this SS Buria. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? Excuse me? I can't decide. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. What the fuck? The books have fallen over on the shelf. Look, they've all toppled the same way. What's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well. Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked, and everything mown down all at once. I wonder if... Perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training, do you think? I seriously doubt it. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Then perhaps... It was you, Naruhodo-san, in a fit of rage. I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder? Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess. What happened to not disturbing the crime scene? Yep, good job, Susato. You really screwed with the crime scene. Like, what? You're crazy. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Ah, yes, I see it says "this way up" in Japanese. Which, in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewman wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh my god. Oh dear, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Wow, really? I can't analyze this thing? That's crazy. Did Kazuma write that before he died? It looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. What does it say? And I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, wasn't he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san. What? Then what language is it? It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? That is most intriguing. This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. London Diary. Poor Kazuma. He didn't even make it to his destination. It looks as though his last entry is incomplete. Which means... what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Hi-ya! Oh my god. That's out of the question. What? Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. Are you serious? Oh my god. Poor Kazuma-sama. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Agreed. This is... yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really? It sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try? Yes! In the interest of cultural research, obviously. Yep. I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. No, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy, that's all. She was so disappointed, that was kind of sad, actually. It's some 2 weeks ago since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san? I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting, making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I basically did have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to, you're right. But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough? Or something like that? I suppose. Maybe that's it. I'm sorry? Hello? Who is this man and how did he teleport? I mean, we know who this man is, but how did... He just materialized? What the fuck? Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he... You've noticed the man too, have you? Also, what is he doing? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious and tall. Suspiciously tall. Naruhodo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And is he investigating Kazuma's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him. Am I just imagining it, or does Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? Oh, is she a fan? She's a fan! I think she's a fan of the Sholmes. The legally distinct Herlock Sholmes. Don't sue me. By the way, I expected that you've noticed already, but just in case, if you press the X button on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them. Alright then, I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, please do. Oh my god. She is hype to meet the one, the only Herlock Sholmes. Excuse me. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Shh, this is a critical point in my investigation. It looks really critical, bro. So critical. Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, I suppose that would be for the best. Oh, he's gone. Oh, hell my god, hello! Greetings! I hope I haven't kept you long. Ah! Jesus Christ. What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now? I'm being scanned. What? I feel violated right now. This is... Could you turn those off, bro? Oh, I see. Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? It feels like he's looking right through me. Yeah, seriously. I don't like this. Oh, yes. Everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Your deductions are a little off, my guy. Sorry, what? And now, whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true at least. But how? How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? I like how she just is completely ignoring the fact that he literally just... I'm sorry, Afghanistan? Really? She just bypassed that, I guess. She didn't notice that. But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled your native land of... You have fled your native land of Russia, being, as you are, a merciless revolutionary. What? You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. What? And, when the beribboned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. Buddy. You're really off. Just to be clear, you're talking about me, are you? Certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? I don't even see one person who fits the bill. You know what'd be really funny is if he was actually, like, if he was 100% correct, he was just talking about the actual Russian guy in the room. Like the crewman. That would actually be funny. So it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama. Susato. You know he's not What? What? My thoughts exactly, Ryunosuke. What? And you're plotting a revolution, too. It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked. No, listen, there's no way Hiya! Can you stop doing that? Now explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. Excuse me. How could you do it? What are you talking about? Like, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I kinda get where she's coming from with suspecting that he's the killer based on the circumstances. Sure. It is pretty mighty suspicious. But she knows he's not Russian. Like, what the fuck? She knows that he did. For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously. Oh, forgive me. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head. I kind of love him. I'm not gonna lie. No, but was I not right? No, you weren't! Whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament, do you not? Yes, that vague shit was the only thing you were right about, yes. Well, yes, maybe. Ha! There you have it, you see. What do you make of that, Well, to be honest, I think you look fucking ridiculous. This ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So, I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more plain observation. Yo, get him. Indeed, and observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right. Except with everything else you've said so far. I don't think you introduced yourself. Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Sherlock Holmes. Christ. So, it's really you, the actual Sherlock Holmes. The very same. The inimitable, actual Sherlock Holmes. Do you know this man, Susato-san? The most famous detective in the world? Naruhodo-san, of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on, then? We must ask him what he's deduced. We know what he's deduced. It's bullshit. We will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Or he will have already, yeah. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Yeah, let's talk to Herlock here. Great detective. I like how that's in quotation. Great detective. So you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Sherlock Holmes. Oh, I see. You're German? Hairlock, was it? No, I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Please call me Holmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. Oh yes, Rand's magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially. Yes, here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories, then? Indeed I am. And you've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you really are a detective. Make no mistake, I'm not the poor deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward. Backward? My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Posing up a storm. Why, this very moment I am returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of the cursed royal crown. A cursed royal crown. Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. You know, honestly, I'm having the exact same problem. I love his flair, though. Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form. A science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of muscle, a slight inclination of the posture, fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin, all these things are data. Right. And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. Okay, you know, with that move, he is officially the best. I'm all in. I don't care that his deductions earlier were bullshit. I kind of love him. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can he look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction and fame. That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Holmes. He almost fucked up his own name. Kazuma's death. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything? My dear fellow. Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place. That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Sherlock Sholmes. I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him. Thanks. I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning. I summoned all of the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry into the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Sherlock Sholmes was on board. And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, 2 facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh really? 2 facts, you say? Okay. 2 facts. Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What 2 facts were apparent to you when you came into the cabin this morning? Ah, yes. But first, let us be precise. The 2 facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand, but what were they? Allow me to elucidate. The 2 facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1. The cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. That is the Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Kazuma-sama could have... Or no, do you really think Kazuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian? In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian. He's not Russian, you fucking moron! Can't... Kazuma was Russian, was he? Initially, I considered Garderobe may be the name of the killer. A certain Robert Gard, perhaps. But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least. Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly. I'm getting these voices so mixed up. Quite so. I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Susato! Stop! No! Stop making me... I'm losing so much respect for Susato right now. Stop! I had so much respect for you. No! Are school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. You haven't met Gumshoe, however, which makes sense considering he probably hasn't been born yet, but still. I took a photograph of the victim and the message, that I might analyze it for possible hidden details. This was taken immediately after... Oh wait, this was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yes, thank you. Photograph of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. Russian word for wardrobe in purple ink. appear to have been written by the victim's final moments. Okay, so immediately, something that immediately jumps out to me about this fucking... this dying message is, like... the last letter is a 5. Like, we can all agree that's a 5, right? That has, like, an extra line, probably written by the killer, to make it look like whatever that Russian letter is. That's a 5. And I'm wondering if, like, these are all numbers, and there was just extra stuff added. But I'm not sure what other numbers there are. But that last thing's clearly a 5 with, like, an extra fucking thing added after the fact. So, that's, I just, you know, just wanna throw that out there. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you say that I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that... yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? Because I think it may have fucking crashed and killed everybody on board. How the fuck am I mean, that's the thing, right? That's an actual Russian word, probably. I don't know how to fucking pronounce that. I don't know, I can't read Russian. That word. Certainly, if it interests you. How many times... I'm not Russian, and I don't speak Russian.